Hello and welcome to day 55. We are at our leg day. You're going to need a mini band and you're going to need, I'm just going to be using one 20-pound dumbbell, a bunch of stuff. You might decide that you prefer to go body weight, and that's totally fine. If you're with us yesterday, I kind of gave you a little pep talk about it being different types of moves. We want to just get the body into different ranges of motion, really find the smaller muscles of the adductors, the medius, the minimus, and those glutes. But we are going to be starting with our band. Let's get some warm-up going first. Take a wide base of support. Grab the core. See if you can set the pelvis, right? So kind of feel like you're tucking the belly button back, tailbone down. But make sure you don't over tuck it, right? There's an over pour. If you think of that pelvis as a bucket of water, you could pour out the front, but you could also dump out the back. So you just want to find that neutral position. Think of whatever precious liquid that you wouldn't want to lose. And then hinge down over to your right, press up, and then hinge down over to your left. Press up one more time each side, over to your left, and then over to your right. All right, come to the middle. Just come into a nice wide forward fold. See if you can get your elbows onto the ground possibly. All right, and then plant onto your hands. We'll take a little twist. Left elbow or left hand on the ground, twist up through the right. Right hand on the ground, twist up through the left. All right, go ahead and take a seat. Have your band close by. Hug your knees deep into the chest. So we're going to be on a 30-second switch. No transition time. So I'll try to prepare you for what's coming, but real quick, I'll give you a heads up. Go ahead and put your band on above your kneecaps, and we're going to start with a single leg glute bridge. So you're going to set up your glutes, or set up your feet so they're right outside or right at your hip width, and then go ahead and find your bridge. Tuck the hips under, make sure you're not overarching low back. You're going to lift one leg up, and we're going to drop and lift on the right side, drop and lift on the left. 30 seconds each. From there, we're going to rotate into a supported side plank. So your bottom knee on the ground, your hand on the ground, and then we're going to pull against that band. 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Toward the end, you'll only be about lifting a half an inch, and that's normal. Then we're going to do a bear pulse. So you come hands and knees, pick your knees barely up off the ground. You're going to abduct your knees, so pull them wide. And then we're going to come up and hit a lateral squat walk. So we're just going to walk back and forth 30 seconds, and we're going to do all that 3 rounds. So lie on your back, get your bridge set, and go. Lift one leg, and then go up and down with your hips. So if for any reason this pulls on your back, you're not feeling the work through that pushing glute, then just keep both legs on the ground, and you can work for a full minute going up and down with both legs. Our goal is to try to keep the hips level, the core strong, the drive through that supporting glute. Keep your band tension. Switch legs, so tension on your band. Keep it tight. Push those knees wide. Flex the foot. Okay, we're going to transition into that supported side plank. We'll have to go quick. Lock into that belly. Keep the hips level. Find that glute and hamstring. You're here for glutes and hamstring. Try to get away from your quads. A lot of times, okay, come up, find your hand, stack your knees, stack your feet. A lot of times, we work with the quads. We want to get away from that. Whew. You'll feel that supporting side burn. Lifting side's working, but it's that lower supporting side that's like, whoo, on fire. Open the chest. Super locked core. Other side. Second side's the doozy. A little pre-fatigue. Lock the belly. Lift the chest. Keep that pull going. We have our bear pulse next. Hands and knees. Shoulders over the wrists. Lock into that core. Lift your knees and pull. Those little abductions. Focus the belly lock. Draw those rib cages up. Lengthen through the back. Slide all the way around those thighs. You got it. Keep it going. Come up. Oh, and we're going to do our little lateral squat walk. Pull those knees apart. You got it. Knee lines with toe. And then we'll be back on the ground for our glute bridges. Tighten the core. Lifted chest. Okay. Lie down. Push those hips up. Lift one leg. Drop and lift. Oh, those little mini muscles. We need them. You've got it. We can do it. Get it done. Okay, switch. Keep those hips up nice and high. Focus on pushing through the glutes to get you where you're going. I'm going to start on my second side this time for the side plank pulls. Time. Push your hips forward. Make sure they're not dipping back. Find flexion into the back muscles to support. And grab the core and work into those abductors and adductors. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Should be getting tough. Barely moving. Can you keep your core any tighter? Flex in deep. This is our core work today as well. Just that flexed focus grab. And then our bear. Bear is definitely core as well. Shoulders over the wrists. Pull those knees apart. Find the core. Come on, stay with me. Time. Find that work. Ah. Here we go. Side to side. Have one set after this. Knees line with toes. Make sure you're pulling from those glutes, right? As opposed to from your foot. So that knee and foot move together. Okay. Glute bridge. Whee. Hips come up. Lift your leg. Drop and push. This is our dig deep round. Core locks in. Keep those hips level. Pull that lifting leg out. Whew, switch. Wrap around your core. Remember that kind of internal corset idea. Shrink wrap from the inside out. Keep those hips set. Time. Supported side plank. Lift that chest. Push the hips forward. Working hard. That's what we came for. Put it out there. Other side. Second side seems nearly impossible, but we've got it. Just stay in the moment. One at a time. Time. Oh. Whee. Okay. Lock it in. There. Core first. I want to drop my knees so bad. Oh, we made it. Okay. Side to side walk. Come on, build the heat. Core locks. Time. Thank goodness. All right. We get to get rid of our band. We're going to take a quick pigeon stretch, a moving pigeon stretch, and then we move into our next round of work. Whew, okay, so for this one, go into your down dog, lift your right leg up nice and high, and then bring it forward behind your hands. Keep your hands set. So just drop, bend your elbows, deep inhale, exhale, push back, left leg lifted up, bring it forward, drop it down, deep inhale, exhale, push up. All right, come up with me, and I'm going to have you go through the motions with me for what's coming up without weight. Whew, and then you decide if you'd like to add weight when we get going. So if you've done yoga, you're familiar with the Shiva squat. You have one leg supporting on the ground, and your other leg taps behind outside the calf. So this is what we're going to do. 30 seconds on one side. Hopefully you have some leg left. 30 on the other. I'm going to attempt to hold my 20 just at the chest. Then we have a squat to back stepping lunge. So you'll stand holding still the bell at your chest, goblet squat, or you can go body weight. So you're going to squat, step back, squat, step back. So we're going to do all 30 on one side and then all 30 on the other. 30 seconds. Then you're going to do an X sit. Okay? So if your right leg's in front, and give this a shot with me right now, you're going to take your other leg, your left leg behind like you're doing a curtsy. So you're going to fold it all the way onto the ground though. Sit all the way on your butt, and then you're going to come back up, pushing through that leg. Staying on that same side, and then hopefully we can do it with weight. We'll see how it goes. I haven't done many of these myself, so we'll see how it goes. You're going to put your weight down. We're going to do a sumo jump squat. So knees nice and wide. get your jumps, and then we're going to grab the bell and do a mid-range pulse squat right here. Okay, that's all we're doing. I think we have a couple rounds worth. See how much time. Okay, that Shiva squat to start. So plant on 2. I'm going to start on my left leg. We don't need to go fast. Get your timing. Ooh, get that balance. Focus in. Find a spot on the ground. Your amount of hinge and range is up to you. Single side moves, super important. We want to be able to line the knee and the toe. Okay, switch to the other side. You can take your little trick of watching something about 3 to 5 feet in front of you. It's not moving. So we're working on keeping that pelvis secure, using the core. And then you're just getting range of motion through those hip joints. Okay, squat, lunge back. Here we go. Squat and lunge. Squat. So if your left leg's the one not moving, that's the one that should be building the burn. Still lining those knees and toes. Other side. Okay, that pre-fatigue from the bands. Money. Line your knees and toes. I know I say it a lot, but check in. Make sure your toe isn't turning. Belly locks in. Okay, now we're going to hit that exit. One leg drops behind. Sit all the way down. Oh. Dig deep. That was a lot of work on that one leg. If it doesn't feel good for you, go into a curtsy lunge. So if it's too much, just stick with your curtsy lunge instead of going all the way to the ground. My back, arms and my core on fire is also. Time. Sumo squat. Oh, we have our sumo jump, sorry. Nice to put that weight down. Get those inner thighs going. Time. And then your mid-range pulse squat. Sit it low. Upper back flexes. Belly holds strong. Tighten the core. Hold. 10 seconds. All right. Take a break. Got another round. 20 seconds. Start with that Shiva squat. Gear up. 3, 2, and go. One at a time. Use a lot of core. Other side. Make sure your knee and toe are lining up. Sink those hips straight down. You're gonna have your squat and lunge next. Lots of core. As you fatigue, it's gonna be the first place to go. So lock into the belly. Other side. Tension in the upper back is good. That means you're holding that back flat. Locking in to the back against that weight. Keep that core lock though. Super important. Time. You're gonna have your exit. Yes. Drive into that leg. Feel a lot of pressure. You've got it. Other side. No pressure or tension on the knees. So tighten into those thighs. Super use the glutes. We got it. All right, sumo jump squats. Feel free to go faster. I am worked. 3, 2, 1. All right, we have our mid-range pulse, and then we get our stretch. Oh, hold deep. Knees wide with toes. Open the chest. Feel like those inner thighs are what's grabbing and supporting. 3, 2, 1. Holy cow. Whee. Super fun. Getting some new stuff thrown in there. All right. Starting off with that down dog again. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. Drive your chest back towards your thighs. Inhale and bring your right leg up. And then exhale, drop forward just like we did before. Hitting your pigeon. This time we'll stay a bit longer. Level off your hips. Drop your back leg, that hip toward the ground. So you really want to make sure the pelvis stays neutral to the ground. All right, push into your hands. Drive yourself up, back into that down dog. Lift your left leg nice and high, and then grab with the core, pull forward, and then settle. Again, pelvis, squared off. Check in, see if you can feel any differences side to side. Keep your pelvis squared off to the ground. Oh. Okay, push into your hands. And then bring your right leg forward again. This time outside your right hand. Sit your body up. Pull the hips under. And then reach forward, hinge forward until you feel that back hip flexor. Lift your left arm up and over. And then hinge back. Pull your toe up. Get your hamstring. Reach your chest toward the toes. Ah. Okay, switch to the other side. Let's go back into that down dog. It's a nice way to get there. Feel a little extra hamstring stretch anyway. Pull that left leg forward. Sit up. Draw the hips under. Hinge forward. Right arm comes up and reaches over. Oh. All right, and then bring it down. Pull your toe up. So even if you weren't able to get up off the ground today, over time, I think it's totally possible. Something new to strive for. Obviously, we don't want to overuse or hurt or overextend the joints. Those are all things that if your body is in balance, that you should be able to do. All right, switch it around so you're on your back. Hug both knees into your chest. Put the knees together. Rest the head on the ground. Let's take 3 deep breaths. All right, lift both legs up straight. You may or may not get them straight. That's fine. If they're bent, no big deal. But if you can get them straight, that would be fantastic. Pull from behind your thighs, your calves, your ankles. Feel the low back press toward the ground, that upper back melt into the ground. And then bring your hands down underneath your glutes, and I want you to push your butt up off the ground and just roll behind. Wherever feels comfortable for you, you don't have to go all the way back. Tuck your chin in. If you can get your toes back, great. If not, no biggie. Just a little stretch for that back. Keep your head looking straight forward. Okay, support your glutes, come back down. 1 vertebra at a time. Keep your left leg up, lower your right leg. And then contract through the core, lower your left leg. Reach your arms high overhead. Take a deep inhale, exhale, scoot through the belly. Come all the way up to seated. Reach your hands over those toes. Slide forward as far as possible. Lift the chest. So hold your rib cage and spine upright for now. Deep inhale, and then with your exhale, let yourself round. So the forehead is going to pull toward your knees, chin tucks in. Get a stretch along that back again. Sit up. Take a twist to your left and a twist to your right. Pull the feet back. Sit in your low squat. All right, friends, we have one week left. It's going to be a good finisher. We're going to continue to focus on proper form, using it for good function throughout our day. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you then. Fantastic job.